in 2006, they released The Crusade, which they caught a lot of shit for because they took out almost all the screaming on the album. There's about 10 or 12 seconds of screaming on the whole album, and I can tell you what songs it's on too. The screaming is on Becoming the Dragon, To the Rats, and Tread the Flood. It's also got a pretty long instrumental, which is amazing. It's crazy technical. It's just a rip-a-palooza. This is the album that their bass player, Paulo Gregoletto, who joined them for the Ascendancy, he really came into his own on this album. He recorded a bass solo kind of in the style of Cliff Burton, really distorted and wah-pedaled on Becoming the Dragon. A lot of these songs have, again, like Ascendancy, really heavy subject matter, socially relevant stuff. But on songs like Anthem, We Are the Fire, and This World Can't Tear Us Apart, which I like to say is the best and gayest song in the whole world. It's like a straight up thrash song with just really lovey-dovey, mushy lyrics, which I'm pretty sure they might have done that as a joke, but it's really funny. It's a straight up thrash album. There's really no melodic death metal influence on here. It's straight balls to the wall, play as fast as you can, play as many ripping solos as you can, thrash metal. In 2008, they came out with Shogun. Again, just have the regular edition, but I'm hoping to get the special edition soon. Shogun. They came up with the idea for the album name while they were on tour. They heard the word Shogun, and Matt Heafy's half Japanese, so he decided to make that the centerpiece of the album. Most of it, actually, the majority of the lyrics are influenced by stuff like Greek mythology, and the album is not nearly as accessible as their middle two albums, Ascendancy and The Crusade. But if you're already a Trivium fan, most every Trivium fan I've ever spoken to on the internet in person will tell you that this is their best album. A true Trivium fan, if I dare say, will tell you that this is their best album. This is where creatively they were at their peak. A lot of standout tracks on this. Kirisuke Gomen, the opening track. Amazing riffs. The solo is insane. He fucking takes your head. You can't really argue with that. Torn Between Scylla and Charybdis, two kick-ass bass solos like Becoming the Dragon. From the Crusade. Two really great bass solos. There was a Perdition, there's a video for that. Down From the Sky, great song, there's a video for that. He Who Spawns the Furies was one of my favorite tracks that no one really talks about on this album. Of Prometheus and the Crucifix is basically this big fleshed out metaphor comparing Jesus to Prometheus from Greek legend, basically telling their story simultaneously. Trivium are not a Christian band. And the last track, the title track, Shogun, it's about 12 minutes long, and it's this big, progressive, thrash, death metal epic. And in the middle of it, there's this part where it's just an acoustic interlude, and then there's clean singing. He sounds exactly like James Hetfield when he sings it.
And Santana solo.
And there's a Santana solo right after. It sounds like there's featuring James Hetfield and featuring Carlos Santana back to back. But it's a great song, and the album is really, they themselves put it as their past, present, and future all rolled together. Recently, not so recently, but late last year, Travis Smith, their drummer, actually quit the band for personal reasons, and they got his drum tech, a good friend of Paulo Gregoletto, their bassist, former bandmate, Nick Augusto, who was a death metal grindcore drummer. So needless to say, his stuff is super technical, really fast, lots of blast beats. They recorded 2 singles for the God of War 3 soundtrack, one of which was a Sepultura cover, Slave New World, which was a great cover, and Shatter in the Skies Above, an original song written specifically for God of War 3. It's the first Trivium song to have blast beats in it, and they did really well on it. It was the first song where all 3 of the singers, Paulo, Kory, and Matt, recorded vocals. Usually it's all Matt on the albums, and they all share vocal duties live, but that was the first time they recorded them together, and it came out really well. And they've, as of last week, they have stated, or Paulo on Facebook has stated, that they have 18 songs recorded for the new album. So hopefully it'll come out soon, and it'll be really long and good and tasty. So that was my admittedly long review of 4 albums. They're all excellent albums. I would give them all at least a 9. I'd give Shogun and Ascendancy a 10 for sure. Keep a lookout for my new reviews, and I'll see you later.